From classic World of Warcraft to Diablo IV leaks and even Zelda, I'm Coooley and I'm bringing you the news that you might have needed, but that you certainly didn't ask for. Let's dive in. The pre-patch for Wrath of the Lich King in World of Warcraft Classic is live, with an official release date of September 26. Coincidentally, Classic WoW servers have been slammed recently, resulting in queue times of over an hour. Perhaps the server overload was due to this new expansion, or possibly a result of the Scourge Infestation event that they recently brought back. Side note on that event, it ended early and abruptly. Most likely due to some old code that they started running on these new servers. Gotta love those classic WoW enthusiasts, always wanting things the way they originally were. Time will tell if the ending of such event even clears up the queue times, but there's been a bigger problem plaguing players in recent history. Let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like PvP is synonymous with pride and toxicity in certain Blizzard titles? Me neither. But try telling that to some recent World of Warcraft Classic players that were unscrupulously suspended. Mass reporting another player is a trigger that will get that player immediately debuffed and possibly suspended. In spirit, this would happen if the player was AFK and not participating in group events or raids. However, in practice, some groups of players were mass reporting people out of spite. Sort of like what we would see in Diablo Immortal if someone spent too much on their character. Some players just gotta win by any means necessary. WoW developer Pazarax commented on the issue and stated that mass reporting is not something upon which they solely issue suspensions. However, famous WoW streamer Asmongold claims to have screenshots of mass reporting immediately evicting players from the battlegrounds. This was of course in the retail release, but something tells me they probably didn't change that code either. To be clear, Classic players that are being suspended due to mass reports are still able to log in and play the game, but with some severe limitations that last for several days and prevent them from joining group events. But does Blizzard really have a shoot first, ask questions later sort of mentality? I tracked down a highly esteemed Blizzard employee and asked if this was indeed the company's approach. This is what he had to say. Here at Blizzard, we ain't got time for your bullshit. You seen them queues? When there's a problem in the wagon round here, we circle round said wagon, and we fucking shoot it. That way you get no more problem, no more Jimmy on the other side of it. Ask questions later, shit. That's what the forums are for, you figure it out. I don't know what department that guy worked in, but probably president. Blizzard has since fixed the erroneous suspensions, but has reminded players that mass reporting will still award the player with an immediate debuff in combat. Can we get this added to patch 2.5 for Diablo II Resurrected? That's my big suggestion for the patch notes. I would report Joby. Joby often kicks my ass in PvP due to his superior skill set on a paladin, after which he always says things like good duel or GG or see you tomorrow, bud. You guys see the kind of Canadian harassment I'm putting up with in this game? If only there was a way to give him an immediate combat debuff and make Blizzard servers safer for everyone. Report Joby Canadian harassment. There. Take that, Joby. See if you walk around now being all fucking nice to people. In other news, we have some new footage for Diablo IV. In this new release from Blizzard, we get to see some gender-bending character customizations and gameplay footage of the Sorceress, Barbarian, Druid, and Rogue. Additionally, we get a peek at some of the sick item graphics associated with certain weapons. Elemental damage can not only be added to your weapons, but enhances them with some fancy graphics. And if this is what they're giving us for free, just imagine what your cosmetic microtransaction money can buy. We also get to see some updated attacks with different classes in D4, and the game appears to be progressing well. But you know what we also get with D4? We got some leaks. I'm talking internal use only shit. I can't technically show you these videos because they're works in progress, but B, Blizzard's been copyright striking everybody that's put these on their channel. In fact, our friend Dark Lord Dash has an amazing channel where he dives deeply into the lore of Diablo and other franchises and has warned everybody via Twitter not to show any of these leaked clips. But luckily for us, I have the best editors on this side of the house working for me. And they've created a nearly perfect graphical representation of what's depicted in those leaks. And to go further, I'm gonna explain what's going on in the most important one. These are as close to the originals as you're gonna find on the internet. In one of the more revealing leaked videos, we see Lilith, the main villain, engaging in what we can only assume is phase 1 of an epic showdown with the final boss. The most surprising moment to a lot of viewers is when she summons another new demon to do her bidding. This boss lackey comes out riding a Cerberus, and is kind of what we'd expect to see when we start splicing Greek mythology with Diablo's dark undertones. The audio is cut, so we can't hear Lilith pronounce the name of this new villain, but if I'm any good at lip reading, Assface is the new Cerberus riding demon that we'll need to defeat before going up against Lilith. From there, we see a brief glimpse of what I assume is our mercenary, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, before the cinematic cuts back to actual gameplay. I don't know what you guys were expecting from me, but hopefully it won't be long before Dash actually gets to dive into these. I'm personally looking forward to that because if I learned anything from Diablo Immortal, it was to skip all the dialogue and cutscenes. And someone will eventually do a video if anything is important, and they'll explain it to you. Am I making it obvious how much I cheated through high school? If you want to find some real leaked versions of these videos, I suggest you start scouring the internet now, because it turns out Blizzard is actually pretty good at shooting shit. And they've shot a lot of that shit down. Let's bullet time bounce to a bullet point bonus story, shall we? The sequel to Breath of the Wild finally has a release date, May 12th, 2023. Nintendo recently put out a trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, where we see our hero take to the skies. It looks like the hero slate's been replaced with what appears to be 12-gauge plasma slugs too. That or military-grade flashbangs. This is my best educated guess. And you thought Nintendo was for babies? I bet you also thought that was Zelda too, didn't you? The game appears to run off the same engine as Breath of the Wild, but with a far greater vertical reach that the player is intended to get to. Looks like new skills and floating hedrons are also calling our name in this long-awaited sequel. There's likely a lot more we can glean from this preview, but that would involve interpreting these cryptic cutscenes, and well, I'll probably skip those ones too. Cool game is all I'm saying. We'll be on the lookout for further updates surrounding this epic title. Hope you guys enjoy my news updates and they give you a little laugh. Life's too short to be taking yourself too seriously. As always, make sure to leave a like on this video if you made it this far and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And if you don't, fuck you.